Now there's some cool features about the manager position this year. We have this little box. Now you don't have to turn on the TV to channel 16. You're going to want to press this unmute button, and you can hear the music right there, or whoever's on. Now we use this because of this yellow button here. This is a non-delayed stream. This is actually as it's happening.
Okay.
Everything that we're playing on the TV stream, that's delayed. What makes it really cool is, say somebody's in there saying something bad, if they're on the phone or if they're during their show, if you hear a bad word, you can just press this, and it'll put 7 seconds of delay. So you can't hear it right here because this is your live stream. But if you want to make sure the delay happened, you can always set this on the channel 16, unmute it, and listen for the delay. And so that just, helps us filter our errors. Another cool feature we have is the studio talkback mic. If your people are being rowdy, or if you just want to say something to them, say, hey, do this, do that, you can press, you press that to mute it, by the way. You press down this blue button and say, hey, good job in there. And you can talk to them while they're not on air. And they'll be able to hear you in there.
Okay.
And then they can talk back, and you'll hear it through here. TV, so talk back.
Okay.
So you know how I said somebody could press down and talk to you? Mm-hmm. So let me see. Hey, Morgan. Morgan, can you talk to us through the blue button? So we can hear it through the board here. And so then if we hold down the TV, and Morgan, if you press the mute button, you'll be able to hear us. Hey, Morgan, can you tell us hi?
Hi, Sam.
That's really cool. I like that.
Obviously, he can hear you when you're on air talking, but if you want to have a private conversation, just hold down this button, and then you can talk, and then he'll hear you out there, but it won't be on air. And sometimes this whole tower is going to be off. So you see how it's like all lit up, blue, green, yada, yada, yada. But if it's off, go ahead and flip that on. Wait for everything to load. Managers, you can do this if you're the first show of the night. Manager will need to come in and press all of these to 1 and turn off the 2, all the way down. When the manager first gets here, you're going to see that this is on PC.
Right.
But when you begin your show, you're always going to want to make sure to turn this off. And all you have to do is press this off button right here. I'm not going to turn it off just so nothing happens right now. If you try to play any kind of music through program bus 1 and this is on, you're going to hear 2 songs clashing really horribly. Whenever you leave, when you're done for the night, you're done with your show, turn this back on. And that'll start the automation. We have 2 mics. Guest 1 will be on this one, guest 2 will be there, and this will be yours. Then we have booth, which you don't need to worry about right now. We have our 2 CD players, so CD1 and CD2 correspond with this.
Okay.
We have your aux, so just like before, you can plug in your iPod, your computer.
3.
Program 3, don't really worry about that. That's another bus that we use for classes. You want to turn up your slider to a good level, so if you look over here, when I talk, you can see these levels go up and down. So this is how loud my voice is. You want to keep it at the 0, -20 mark, so it's pretty good right now. It's usually pretty good on this black line right here. Something new, if you had a radio show last year, when you're done talking and you're ready to switch to music, you do not have to turn this down. You just have to press off, and then you're not on air anymore. Your voice isn't on air. So really easy on, off. Well, these actually can run more than 1 channel. So you have your A channel, which is for the microphones, CD, the aux players. Channel B is for anything else. So if this is lit up, then it means you're on channel B. These are our 3 aux columns. The 3rd aux column is actually going to be a turntable for records, but we don't have that hooked up right now. And you'll see here that they're not lit up, right? Well, the only one that can be lit up is aux 3, where the turntable is. So when we have that up and running, to play any kind of records, you're going to have to turn this on. Put in CDs is pretty much like normal. CD1, that goes to CD1 column. CD2 goes to CD2 column. Let's say we're playing a song on CD1, so we have it turned up. Cue your song you want, so say we want song 3. You can press pause, and then when you're ready to play it, all you have to do is press on, and it starts. Does that make sense? So now say you want the songs to be generally the same level when they play on air. So you don't want this one to be really loud and the next one really quiet. And there's not always, you don't always know, if they're set at the same levels. So you can cue CD2. So say we want to play 5. of CD2. We'll pause that, and then we're going to turn this up, and we'll press Q. So you see how this all goes dark? So now this is where we're going to test and see how loud CD2 is. So, yeah, so you press the play here like he said, and then we're testing to see how the level is. So we see this level is really loud, so we're going to want to turn this down. Whenever you pull this down, you want to make sure just to go ahead and press off. There we go. So we're going to pick up the phone. We can turn this on, telco on. And then what we want to do is do set up comm. So that way, if we're playing a song on air, we can still hear. See, we can hear him, but he's not on. Hey Rob, can you hear me?
You sound beautiful.
There we go. You can talk to him straight through the microphone while the song's playing. He's so loud. So we're going to want to bring this down a little bit.
So I'm going to keep
So
talking.
that's a little low.
Alex Irwin, Abby Overway.
See, that's about a good range now. So that way, when he comes on, his voice isn't all distorted and really weird. So this is a good way to talk to him beforehand and also check his levels. And when you're ready to go on air, I'll turn it up. So we go on. All right, we're on air with our guest, Morgan. Hey, Morgan.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good.
All right, thanks, Morgan.
Yep.
So turn off. We can turn us off if we want to play a song. If you get in here and this bypass button is red and lit up like that, that's no good. That will defeat the purpose of our delete button out there to censor you if you say something bad. You can also just press delete and it inserts the silence there. And then 7 seconds and then it'll go back to delay active. And that's when you know that the silence is over. If this is flashing or something's not working, turn it off, let it sit, turn it back on, and see. Headphones, I forgot. Some of you already know this. Your headphones plug in right down here, and there's a couple on that side if you want to look at it, the port. And the volume can be adjusted with the knob on the side. We recommend and encourage you guys that you leave these all the way turned up for the studio and the headphone. This allows you to be able to control your headphone volume without someone else blaring in your ears. One important thing to know, and this I really want to stress, is that when you start your show, you turn it off.
Okay.
And you don't adjust any of the volume, just press
turn it
off. And I'm not going to press it off just because it's actually playing. But whenever you leave your show,
Hit
turn
that
this
on
baby
button.
back on.